afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I am Stefan. Welcome to another edition of Stefan Reads His Line News tab. Line is the most important, the most popular, I don't know why I said important there, the most popular new messaging app in Japan, and it has a news tab now, which I read daily on this here YouTube channel. My name's Stefan. I am the least popular, the least booked, the least employed foreign tarento in Japan, represented by Yoshimoto Kogyo, the biggest Japanese entertainment conglomerate. I guess it's a conglomerate. I don't know what you can call it. But anyways, I've been doing this for this entire week, and that brings us to Friday. It's Friday, and let me tell you, today is gonna be a weird one. Maybe short. So let's get to it. Let's take a look at my Line News app here. As you can see today, there's a big old iPhone ad, like taking up half the screen. So instead of having the 2 rows of fluff pieces, there's only 1 row, and then there's the ad, and then underneath that ad is the 3 actual news headlines that are actually important and are actually news. But we'll get to those in a second. To start off, let's take a quick look at the 2 big fluff pieces that have been given to me today. So, first up, and I think you know what's coming by now, we have an Instagram picture story. So Koshiba Fuka, who's an actress, posted a cute Instagram picture, and that is our top story for today. And that is literally the entire content of this article. So Koshiba Fuka is an actress. She is going to be on a TV show tomorrow. So to promote it, she posted a cute picture of her face. She's literally, it's just like a selfie pretty much, where she's smiling, and that is news apparently. Yeah, there is. So this news article, in order to, I think, to fulfill its own basic word limits, is it describes what she's wearing. And it also talks about the fact that she promoted the show that she's going to be on in her comment, in her caption for the post. And that's literally it. And then they have a small paragraph of what the fans were saying. Like, oh, you're so cute. And I hope you speak Kansai Ben on the show. So I hope you speak with the Osaka dialect on the show, which is news apparently. So yeah, that is our top story for today. God, why does this Line algorithm hate me so much? Give me some actual meat. I don't want the Instagram salad. I want the breaking news steak. Anyways, story number 2. This one is kind of maybe interesting. Maybe it's relevant to me. I don't think I can actually say why it's relevant to me, but the patrons will know. There is a new season of Documental coming out soon. It was just announced on one of Downtown's shows. And this season, the 11th actual full season of Documental, it's not actually. Oh, I'll get to that in a second. This season's not going to have any comedians involved. So who's going to star in this, you ask? Well, the big headline name they have for this next season is Katori Shingo, who used to be a member of SMAP, in Johnny, the biggest Johnny's group of all time. Before he had a falling out with a lot of the other members, and everyone left Johnny's except for one person. And so yeah, he's gonna be in this new season of Documental, which is interesting. He's always kind of been the most tarentoi of the SMAP members. He's always been on all the TV shows and stuff. And so he's gonna be in there, and then there's a bunch of other actors and singers and stuff. So Ayano, so the lead singer of the Kishidan. So he also used to be DJ Azuma back in the day. It's gonna be there. A bunch of other actors are gonna be in there. Yeah. So this time around, they aren't gonna use actual comedians for this season. Instead, There are going to be some comedians watching the non-comedians participating in the actual documental game with Matsumoto-san. So it's going to be just like with season 10, the championship season, quote unquote. The observer gaining are going to be Fujimon, Kendo Kobayashi, and then Goto-san from Football Hour. So like pretty much a lot of the typical documental people are going to be there watching. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how non-comedians do in this game. I guess it's a game that could get really, really raunchy and pretty visceral for a comedy show. Where the comedians kind of just go all out and do a bunch of really crazy stuff by the end, and so we'll see what these non-comedians will do with their outing of Documental. So Documental, this is its 11th season, but it's not the 11th season film. There have been seasons in the past that have gotten canned because they got too crazy. So they've been partially released as like the documentary of Documental and those sorts of specials and stuff. So this is like probably like the 15th or 16th. I'm not sure if there were any failed filming sessions in between season 10 and season 11. Obviously, with COVID restrictions, it's harder to get like 10 comedians in a room or 10 people in a room to film an 8-hour long smut fest like Documental can be. So Documental, it's pretty popular. I know Yoshimoto's kind of sold off its license to different countries around the world, so there's different variations. There's like a Mexican Documental, and obviously Documental is like a really Japanese, well, it's like the French word for documentary or whatever, but it's the Japanese name for the show. Across the sea around the rest of the world, it's known as LOL, Last One Laughing, more commonly known as Laugh Out Loud. LOL, Last One Laughing. Interesting branding. So there's a Canadian version hosted by Jay Baruchel? I don't know, but he's the host. He's like the Matsumoto-san for that version of the show. It's interesting watching other nations, other places try out the Documental format to varying success. And Documental, I think the first 5 seasons are out on Amazon Prime in the U.S. with subtitles. And I can tell you that season 6's subtitles are complete. And the subsequent seasons are hopefully coming soon. There's an ultimatum to get them done sometime by the end of the year, but we'll see how things go there. I can't tell you why I know that information, but I do know that information. So take my word for it. Yeah. Enough said. So let's move on from these two. The Documental one was interesting, right? So let's move on from those. There's a giant Apple ad talking about you can do a 36-time payment for an Apple iPhone. They're trying to clear inventory before the next refresh in like a month, so don't take them up on that offer if you're in Japan. Well, although also Apple prices have been going up really, really high, not just in America, but in Japan as well, thanks to the yen being super, super weak. So yeah, don't buy your electronics in Japan. Buy your electronics in Japan if you earn money in American dollars. That's the simplest way I can put it. So after that ad, we have 3 actual news stories here, and they're pretty much the exact same like big news stories that have been going around for the last month. So number 1, it's still raining cats and dogs in Tohoku and Hokkaido, and there's also going to be a typhoon hitting the Tokai region and Kanto region tomorrow. So Saturday in Japan, Friday in America. It's going to be hitting around morning tomorrow, and they're expecting quite a bit of rain from this here in the Tokyo area, but that's not going to be like catastrophically huge, it looks like. But the concern is that it's going to hit the already rain-soaked regions up north that are also still getting pounded by heavy amounts of rain. So it's not good. It's not a great situation there. Still, hopefully, they say that it's going to calm down supposedly next week, so fingers crossed there. And because the Tohoku area is, seen quite its fair share of bad situations over the past 10-15 years, so hopefully It's the same area where the earthquake in 2011 hit. So hopefully things kind of calm down there a little bit. The second story that we have here, it's the Japanese government trying to get the instructions for making homemade guns off the internet. This is obviously a big story because the guy who killed Shinzo Abe, the former prime minister, last month, used a homemade gun that he learned how to make by apparently watching YouTube. So the story here is that the police agency is trying to figure out how to get the instructions for making homemade guns off the internet, to which I say good luck with that. Once something's on the internet, it's there, except for my stupid Netflix show that is completely off the internet, totally, and it's unwatchable. It was unwatchable when it was actually watchable, and now it's unwatchable because it's like it doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure Yoshimoto burned the last copy of that thing. So, other than that, you can find, other than what's Manzai, you can find anything on the internet, anything really. So, closing off with story number 3. This one is not Japanese news, but it's obviously a big news story, so I can see why they would cover it in their top 3 headlines. It's a story about the raid on Mar-a-Lago, and Trump having the raid being about Trump potentially having classified military documents, including nuclear codes. So that is why that is there. But if you want more information on that, you can go to literally anywhere aside from me, a person living in Japan, for that information. So thank you guys so much for listening. It's been a nice 5 days of news stories. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I might take a day off, but we'll see. If you still haven't done so, remember to subscribe to this page, like the video, the typical YouTube spiel. You can find me on Twitter at Stefan_Tetsu. Find the show on Twitter at small_in_Japan. And then there's a Patreon that I'm still trying to figure out. That is found at patreon.com/smallinjapan. So until next time, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you whenever. Take care. Stay safe. If you're in the Tokyo region, if you're in Japan, stay safe. The weather is crazy right now, and COVID is also increasing. So stay safe.